Jane Bond adjusted her silenced Walter PPK. A family heirloom. Deadly. Just like her. She had inherited not just the weapon, but the skills and instincts that came with it. Her father had always said, "A Bond is never unarmed, even when they appear to be."
Her brother, James Bond Jr., checked his watch. The seconds seemed to stretch into eternity, impatient, reckless, also like their father. He could feel the weight of the mission pressing down on him. "We're late," James muttered, his British accent laced with annoyance. The train was supposed to be their sanctuary, but now it felt like a cage. Zip's intel better be good. He thought about the risks they were taking. The stakes were higher than ever.
Jane smirked. She had always been the more confident one. Always the worrier little brother. She teased, trying to lighten the mood. She checked her reflection in the train window. The resemblance to their parents was uncanny. "We look just like Mum and Dad, don't we?" she said, her voice tinged with nostalgia.
The train rattled into East Germany. The landscape outside was dark and foreboding, a stark contrast to their mission's importance. Their destination, a forgotten outpost where a defecting Russian scientist, codenamed Zip, promised a prize that could change everything, a prize that could shift the balance of the Cold War. The documents they were after held secrets that could alter the course of history. The siblings knew the gravity of their mission, and they were ready to face whatever came their way. Zip's intel was more than good. It was terrifying. The Russians had captured an alien scout. This was no mere extraterrestrial visitor. This being held technology that could turn Russia into an unstoppable superpower.
Their father, the legendary James Bond, had entrusted them with this mission. Retrieve the alien, secure the technology, no matter the cost.
The weight of the world and their family legacy rested on their shoulders. Failure was not an option. The abandoned factory loomed, its broken windows and crumbling walls a testament to years of neglect. A concrete monolith against the oppressive East German sky, it stood as a silent witness to countless secrets and betrayals. This was their meeting point with Zip, the elusive informant who held the key to their mission's success. Every nerve ending sang with tension, the air thick with anticipation and the weight of unspoken fears. Was Zip the real deal, or just another pawn in a dangerous game? Or was this a trap, orchestrated by SMERSH, the Soviet counterintelligence agency that their father had thwarted time and again? The stakes had never been higher. A figure emerged from the shadows, moving with a cautious grace that spoke of years spent in the shadows. Thin, nervous, clutching a briefcase. Zip. His eyes darted around, scanning the darkness for any signs of danger.
"You have what I asked for?" His voice was barely a whisper, yet it carried the weight of desperation. Zip whispered, his voice thick with a Russian accent, each word dripping with urgency.
Jane tossed him a small device. Detonator. It landed in his hand with a soft thud, the promise of destruction in its cold metal. Enough firepower to level this place. Lead the way. The mission was clear, and there was no turning back now.
The alien was even more unnerving up close. Big black eyes stared out from a hairless grey head. It made no sound, but Jane could feel its intelligence, its fear.
"They've found us! We need to get out of here now!"
Suddenly alarms blared. Red lights bathed the room in a hellish glow. Gunfire erupted. Jane and James, trained by the best in the business, returned fire. Zip, however, froze, his eyes wide with terror.
"Get a grip!"
Jane yelled, grabbing Zip and dragging him towards the escape route they had planned. They burst out of the factory, the night air thick with the smell of gunpowder and the distant echoes of alarms. The urgency in their steps was palpable, each stride a desperate attempt to put as much distance as possible between them and the impending disaster. The detonator beeped in Jane's hand, a small but powerful device that held their fate. She could feel the weight of the moment, the culmination of their mission resting in her grip.
"Time to go! We can't afford to waste a single second!"
She shouted, pressing the button with a mix of determination and fear. The seconds seemed to stretch into eternity. The factory erupted in a ball of fire behind them, the explosion lighting up the night sky. Zip stared, speechless, as the flames consumed the building, a testament to their success and the dangers they faced. They bundled him into a waiting helicopter, the rotors already spinning, ready to whisk them away to safety. The urgency of their escape was matched by the efficiency of their movements. The alien, now free from its restraints, looked at them with an eerie calmness, its eyes reflecting a depth of understanding and gratitude that transcended words. It reached out a slender, grey hand, a gesture that seemed both alien and profoundly human.
What's it doing? Is it trying to communicate?
Jane met the alien's gaze, a silent exchange that spoke volumes. In that moment, she felt a connection, a shared understanding of their intertwined fates.
I think it's saying thank you. It's grateful for what we've done.
The helicopter rose, disappearing into the night, the hum of its engines fading into the distance. They had completed their mission, but the journey was far from over. Their work here was done, for now. The night sky held countless secrets, and they knew this was just the beginning. The Q files, filled with threats from beyond the stars, awaited their next mission. Each file a new challenge, a new mystery to unravel in the endless quest to protect humanity.